והנצח וההוד chulu, on the victory and the splendor and so forth. Ki kol hanal hu ha'avoda be'etzem hamidos ahava v'yira v'rachamim, because all of that we've explained is the service with the attributes of love and fear and mercy. And now to explain netzach and hod, v'hinei kol hayom yefshar lihiyos ha'avoda be'ikra midos. Now the whole day you cannot have the service with the main emotions. Ki yefshar lihiyos kol hayom be'ahava bli hefsek klal, because it's impossible to have the whole day in a constant love without a break at all, without stopping at all. And therefore you have to have at times you have to have also the service with the extension of the emotions, which are netzach and hod. Netzach hu ha'eskem. So netzach is the conclusion, what you've agreed upon in your sheni shar etzlo b'tfilah, that remains. It's like the residue after your prayer, the conclusion that you've come to. Shafilu la'achar shetachlo ha'ava, that you, even after the love goes away, yihya b'nitzachon, you'll overcome things that are against that conclusion, even if you're not feeling the emotion. You'll stay in victorious and with strength, gadol, in a great way, to go away from bad and do good. And netzach is from the language of forever, because the root of netzach comes from a very high place. Like it's written, and also the netzach of Israel, meaning the Kadosh Baruch Hu, lo yishaker, and he doesn't lie, and never goes back on his word, ki lo adamu chulu, because he's not a man. So it's above the concept of Adam, Adam of Atzilus. That's its shoresh, v'hu anaf hagdula, and it's an offshoot of the Gedula. Like we said, Gedula here refers to we're referring to the midos beyond seichel. So the netzach is an anaf of that as well, beyond seichel, at least in its shortish. Ki lefi erach hagdula kach yihya nitzachon, because in accordance with the greatness of this ava, of this chesed, the Gedula that we call Gedula, so that's how the nitzachon will be, beyoser, even more so. U'kamashal melech gadol me'od, for example, a great king, tigdal hanitzachon etzlo me'od, because he's so great, his Gedula is great, therefore he overcomes all his enemies, and his attribute of conquering and overcoming everyone is a very strong attribute by him. Like also is mentioned in the Mamar Basilagani. What about hod? So hod is also hod is an extension of the attribute of yira, just like nitzachon is of gedula. And the hod is the receiving of the fear in one's mind, because during prayer the fear is revealed also in your heart, also in the heart, to have a trepidation, a fear of Hashem in your heart, and the rest of the day you cannot have a revealed state of fear in your heart, only to contemplate on matters of the fear, that the concepts that would awaken the fear, only in one's mind alone, and you acknowledge in your mind that that's how it's supposed to be. So that is hod, the extension of fear. And then the next attribute in Vayivarech David is Kichol Bashamayim V'Aretz, because of all in the heavens and earth, Ubechinas Bris. So that's going to be a sod. It's the covenant, Hiskashrus Soviv Kol Almin B'Memala Kol Almin. But in our context, that we're talking beyond Seichel, so we're talking about a connection of heavens and earth. So the heavens are going to be like the Soviv Kol Almin, and the earth is going to be like the Memala Kol Almin. And so as it encompasses creation and as it fills all the worlds. And that's the concept of you serve Hashem besimcha merov kol, more than all, meaning to say the connection, the bris, the yisod, of hiskashrus between beyond creation and in creation. That's how you explain yisod in this context of gedula. Ubenefesh hainu ki yisod einu midah bifnei atzma, and in the soul, the avoda is because yisod is not an attribute for itself, ki im hu klalus lechol ha'imidos hanal, because but rather it's a general concept of all the 5 attributes. Shekol ha'midos tzarech lios bibichinas kesher davka, that all the attributes need to be in a way of tied and connected specifically. Kamo ha'ava, for example, with love, she'yihye mekushar be'emes lamito b'midas ha'ava, to truly be tied in a true way to the attribute of love. So that's the yesod of the midah, is true attachment to it and not faking it. So too, the idea of fear is that you should always be tied to that midah. I guess that idea that even after davening you still have the heskem and so forth, the netzach and the hod is part of expressing the emes of your feeling. Hepech mebechinos umisham yipared, which it's the opposite of the idea. From there it separates. Ukmo v'hayuha tufim lelavan, like the idea of the wrapped around those sheep that their colors were like wrapped around. Bebechinas atifa makif levad, in a way of atifa, of wrapping and surrounding alone. In fact, shurim, and the ones that were tied, not just something you put on, but actually attached to it. In fact, shurim liYaakov, and the ones that were attached, that belongs to Yaakov. Bebechinas kesher v'ischabrus betochius upnimius mamosh, in a concept of tying and attachment in an inner, deeper way. Truly, so that's the yisod. That's the concept of yisod with this. That these attachments shouldn't just be on the surface. What about Malchus? To you, Hashem is the kingship. Hu bechinas Kabbalah Malchus Shemaim is the idea of acceptance of the yoke of heaven. Eliyos bechinas Eved Hachna v'Shiflus, to be a servant with subjugation and the humility. And it's a attribute on its own, levad midas hayira, aside from the attribute of fear, shinizbor le'il, that we explained before, shemekoma gamkin bebechinas malchus, that the concept of fear is also on the level of malchus, not just gvura, like we said, bezos yavo Aharon, that Aaron comes in with the fear, meaning the concept of malchus. But here's another concept in Malchus, which is accepting Hashem as king. V'ata navo le'inyan Bahaloscha esaneros, and now we can come to the concept of when you lift up the candles, when you light the candles, kizayin neros hem zayin midos, because these 7 candles are the 7 attributes. Shebepasuk lecha vayagdula kanal. In the verse, to you Hashem is the greatness, that we just explained this verse, Sheish b'neshamos Yisrael, that you have in the souls of Israel. So Aaron is the one that lights this up, But this opposite this, you also have 7 attributes in the animalistic soul that are drawn after the desires of this physical world. And the 7 attributes of the divine soul are enclosed in the 7 attributes of the animalistic soul. And therefore, because you have both of these attributes, both sides, you have to elevate the candles, halas hamidos, to elevate these attributes of to you Hashem is the greatness and the strength and so forth. That all of these attributes should only be to Hashem and not run after their enclothement in the nefesh bahamis. So you lift them up from below to above, out of their enclothement, I guess. Now, the concept of to you is the gematria of 50 gates of bina. That's lecha. Uperish lecha havaya hagdulachulu. And what does it mean to you? Hashem is the greatness. That is when the attributes go up from below to above. In a concept of nullification and inclusion within the 50 gates of Bina. So that's to you, Hashem. Perhaps Lecha Havaya Hamanlacha. So we're saying all of these attributes are to you. So when we say Lecha in each one of these attributes, Lecha, Hashem, Agdula, Vagvura, and so forth, all of them are going up to Bina. And that is through the elevation of these attributes in the soul, like we said, like we explained, Bahaloscha with the concept of elevating the candles. We also affect this above spiritually, that the attributes should go up, which is this idea of to you Hashem is the greatness. By affecting this within our own souls, we also affect this above, with the concept of, and with the concept of, and with all in the heavens and so forth. Kol osios lecha. The same thing applies with Yisod as well, that even though it doesn't say lecha, it says kol, and that's the same letters. But rather the concept of kol is from above to below. Like he said that it's Amshachas Soviv b'Mamale, perhaps. Canal, that is through the elevation that we said, that as you draw down now these 50 gates of Bina up from above to below, from the concept of Bina into the heavens. That the call, this 50 goes into the Shemaim, which are the supernal attributes, and from there to the concept of land, which is Malchus, to Yisod, like we said, it's a concept of a Yichud of Soviv and Memale.